Imagine sitting in a coffee shop in 1995. You're watching someone struggle to connect to a clunky dial-up modem, the screeching sound filling the room, and you think to yourself, this internet thing? It's just a hobby. It's for nerds. Meanwhile, a few people are quietly buying up domain names and betting on a little online bookstore called Amazon. We all know how that story ended. In the 90s, the rise of the internet was the first great filter. You either saw it as the future of human connectivity, or you saw it as a fad. The people who stayed, who learned the protocols, and who invested their time and money became the architects of the modern world. Fast forward to the early 2010s, and it happened all over again. We entered the era of the digital enterprise, a time when Uber and Airbnb seemed like risky niche experiments. Facebook was just a place to poke your friends. But while the majority ignored the massive growth potential, a small group of people recognized that software was eating the world. Now, here we are in 2026, and I'm telling you, I feel that same electricity in the air. We are standing at the threshold of what experts are calling the fifth industrial revolution. If the fourth revolution was about data and automation, the fifth is about the deep, seamless merger between human intelligence and technology. We aren't just talking about tools anymore, because now we are talking about intelligent machines that possess cognitive abilities similar to ours, but with an efficiency that no human could ever match. This isn't science fiction, it's the reality of our world. But before we dive deep into how you can navigate this, do me a huge favor. Hit that like button and subscribe. The thing that blows my mind about 2026 isn't just what is changing, but how fast it's happening. Let's put this into perspective. It took Netflix 3.5 years to reach 1 million users. Back then, that was legendary. Facebook came along and did it in 10 months, followed by Instagram, which did it in just 2.5 months. But then ChatGPT dropped and the world broke. It took only 5 days to reach 1 million users. That tells you everything you need to know about the velocity of the fifth industrial revolution. The adoption curve isn't a slope anymore. It has become a vertical wall. In the next 10 years, we're going to see a world where AI doesn't just process things, but actually understands them. We are moving toward a reality where your AI assistant isn't just scheduling meetings, but is also designing products and managing complex supply chains. The efficiency gains will be astronomical, and when efficiency explodes, wealth is created. The question is, where is that wealth going to flow? I've realized that trying to pick the next big app is like trying to find a needle in a haystack while the haystack is on fire. It's stressful, and frankly, most of us don't have the time to do deep due diligence on every startup in Silicon Valley. So my strategy is to stop looking at the software and start looking at the backbone. If you wanted to get rich during the gold rush, you didn't dig for gold. Instead, you sold shovels. In 2026, the shovels are the infrastructure that makes AI possible. First, let's talk about cloud computing and general tech. These are the giants that provide the playground for AI. I personally like looking at ETFs like QQQ or Sky because they give you broad exposure to the leaders who have the billions of dollars required to train these massive models. Then you have to look at the physical reality of the digital world, data centers. Every time you ask an AI to generate an image or code a script, it happens in a physical building filled with humming servers. ETFs like DTCR or SRVR focus on these digital landlords of the 2020s. But as we put more of our lives into the cloud, the stakes for security go through the roof. Cybersecurity is no longer optional. It's a matter of national and corporate survival. I've been looking at CIBR and hack because as AI gets smarter at attacking, we need AI that is even smarter at defending. It's a permanent arms race, and the companies providing the shields are going to see massive demand. Then we have robotics, which is the physical manifestation of AI. We're seeing robots in surgeries, in smart manufacturing, and even in service industries. ETFs like BOTZ and Robo capture this transition from purely digital intelligence to physical automation. And finally, the most important piece of the puzzle is semiconductors. None of this, and I mean literally none of it, exists without the chips. Whether it's NVIDIA or the next big player, the demand for processing power is insatiable. I keep a very close eye on SOXX and SMH as they are the heartbeats of the entire revolution. Now, I have to give you a reality check because I want you to be a successful investor, not a gambler. By 2026, a lot of these AI-related tickers have already seen a massive run-up, and some might even say they're expensive. This is where most people freeze. They think they missed the bottom and decide to wait for a crash. But the truth is, no one can perfectly time the market. This is why I swear by my golden rules. First, I only invest money that I call idle money, which means funds I won't need for at least 5 to 10 years. If the market dips tomorrow, I don't care, because I'm not selling tomorrow. Second, I never ever borrow money to invest in these sectors. The volatility will break your spirit before the gains can make you rich if you're playing with borrowed time. And the real secret sauce is DCA, or dollar cost averaging. Since AI valuations are high right now, I don't just dump all my cash in at once. Instead, I divide my investment into chunks and buy every month regardless of the price. This removes the emotional stress of worrying about a drop or chasing a peak. If the price goes down, my monthly contribution buys more shares. If the price goes up, my portfolio value increases. It's a win-win that ensures I'm always in the game. It's about sustainability, ensuring I still have dry powder or cash to buy even more if we see a significant market correction. But let's pivot for a second. I hear so much fear among my friends about AI taking their jobs, but here's my take. You aren't going to be replaced by AI. You're going to be replaced by a human who knows how to use AI better than you do. I've started treating tools like ChatGPT and Claude as my junior associates. I don't ask them to do my job. I ask them to optimize my workflow. I use them to brainstorm, to summarize massive reports, to debug my logic, and to handle the grunt work that used to take me hours. By doing this, I'm creating more value for my company in less time. And in the corporate world, more value equals more leverage for higher pay. Think of it as an upgrade to your personal operating system. If you can do the work of 3 people with the help of AI, you become indispensable. You won't be replaced by AI, but you might be replaced by someone who knows how to use it. So adapt today, grow with the tech, and let AI be the engine that drives your financial freedom. As we wrap this up, I want you to take a second to really think about the window we're in. Every decade or so, the universe opens a door and offers a chance to change your financial trajectory. In the 90s, it was the web. In the 2010s, it was mobile. Now, in the 2020s, it's AI and the merger of human and machine. You have a choice right now. You can be the person who watches from the sidelines, pointing out why it might fail or why it's too late, only to look back in 2036 with a pit in your stomach. Or you can be the person who plants the tree today. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, but the second best time is right now. History is being written in real time. It's going to record this era as a massive wealth creation event that minted a new generation of millionaires. People who weren't necessarily geniuses, but who were prepared, patient, and brave enough to act when the pattern became clear. So, what's your move? Are you going to let fear and noise keep you paralyzed, or are you going to take the first step? The future belongs to the action-oriented and the disciplined. Let's make sure we're the ones who are ready. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.